Ulrika von Levetzow's farewell. The date was November the 12th, 1899. Ulrika von Levetzow arose in the bedroom of the chateau in Levetzow at precisely 6 a.m. as she was accustomed to doing every day. Despite being 95 years old, she dressed according to the fashions of her youth. She put on luxurious jewellery the way she liked it, and on that day she selected a collection of Czech garnet. At 7, she had her breakfast and headed out to feed the birds in the palace garden. Finally, she sat down by the fireplace with a book which had once long ago been given to her by her servant Joseph. It was entitled The Story of My Life and was written by the famous Venetian Giacomo Casanova as he was spending the twilight of his years at the nearby chateau, Levetzow. Unfolding before her eyes was the story of an adventurer who managed to escape from the feared lead chambers of Venice, a lover who managed to seduce 130 women, a globetrotter who came to know all the courts of Europe, a fiery individual who had to duel and also flee from large debts. He found peace only in his 60s at Levetzow as the librarian of Count von Wallenstein. The chair in which he died remains to this day and is decorated with a scarlet rose. Where he is buried remains unknown, however, to this day. Ulrika had already read almost the entire book when she found several dried flowers in its pages, and the memory of how they had got there always stirred her emotions. She put the book aside on the piano by the old servant's notes, which had already been there for ages. They were compositions by Ludwig von Beethoven. The servant Joseph had loved Beethoven's work and pleaded with Ulrika to play it for him occasionally. For this, he told her a story that had taken place once upon a time in nearby Teplice. In 1812, Beethoven had been staying there and was desperately bored. Everything changed when he met with the famous poet Johann Wolfgang Goethe, whose work he had previously set to music. A great friendship was born. Their joint sessions at the piano had no end. At one of these sittings, however, Beethoven and Goethe had a disagreement as they had differing opinions and each had a different relationship to the aristocracy. During one of their walks together through the spa town, they had met the Austrian Empress Maria Ludovico in the park. While the elegant Goethe bowed respectfully, Beethoven pushed through the group of ladies without greeting, continued on his way, and later berated Goethe for showing more than the appropriate respect. Even the differences of opinion, however, did not interfere with their mutual respect for one another, and their great friendship endured. Ulrika at that time had no idea that Goethe would fatefully touch her life as well. When they met, she was 17 and he was 72. The old man was aflame with love for the young girl. He would talk to her of flowers, and it was from him that she had those flowers in her book by Casanova. He gave her the beautiful jewellery made of Czech garnet, which she had put on today after many years. And in the end, he told her of his love for her on 3 occasions, and 3 times she rejected him. She was not even swayed by a passionate poem in which Goethe expressed his pain, which arose from his last big emotional flare-up. A pain so great that he never again travelled to Bohemia. Ulrika was then asked for her hand by 12 other men. However, she rejected every one of them. It was November the 12th, 1899. Ulrika finished reading the book in the evening and felt that all of the stories accumulated within her, in her things, and hidden in a nearby place, would soon come to a close. She refused the cup of wine which she usually drank before bed. She put aside the jewellery red as blood. She asked for a silver dish to be brought to her, and she burned all of the love letters from the great poet. She passed away peacefully in the morning, with the knowledge that the passionate words of Goethe had been meant for her alone. A Czech saying says that there is no rose without its thorns. The stories that were lived by the 3 greats of their time and fragile Ulrika von Levetzow in North Bohemia prove that without deep feeling, which can also injure, our lives would be impoverished and empty, and we could not know what we really are.